Yo, what the fuck is up? We're going live. I don't know what we're talking about. We're going to talk about everything. You want to talk? Let's talk. I'll talk. But I need someone to chat with. So if you're here, come out, hang out. We'll talk about your life, what you're struggling with, and then I will do my best to help you out. Why am I some sort of prophet of wisdom like I know what I'm talking about? I don't know shit about fuck, but I do. I know some things. I know that when it comes to talking on a microphone, I usually do all right. You're thinking, hey, why am I going to listen to a guy wearing pink pants and a purple t shirt? And you know what? You're pretty valid in saying that. But here's the thing, you're going to watch it because I'm your boy. You're going to stick around because I'm your boy. I got your back. You got my back. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. Let's talk about sobriety. What have I been doing lately? I'll tell you what I've been doing. 6 months. Just kidding. Not 6 months. I lied. 6 days. Almost 7 days. I have been sober from nicotine. I've been sober from alcohol 3 years, but nicotine only a few days. But that's okay. That's all right. You know why? Because it proves to me that when push comes to shove, I can say no to the easy, instant gratification of nicotine. And I can say, hey, I'm him. I don't give a shit what you got to say about nicotine. I'm not doing it anymore. So I started with when I was a drinker, I would smoke cigarettes. And then here, how's this? We could use this one, but I can't walk around, can't be as animated. So that's no good. But if y'all can hear me, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? You want to get sober? You want to not smoke 400 darts every time you drink? Because I think I might be able to help with that. That's what I'm here for. But I wanted to go live because I feel like if I'm going live, I got it, it it inspires me to just do instead of, hey, you got to plan this out and you got to do this thing and you got to make this and da 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 da. No, I perform best when I'm just talking to people. I'm talking to Kaz. By the way, nice to see you, Kaz. Nice to see you, Liza. Nice to see you, Dance Then Dance. Dance, Dina, Dance. Dance, Dina, Dance, how you doing? We love Dance, Dina, Dance. She's great. Nice to see you, Dance. Nice to see you, Kaz. How did I go from 17 to 3? What the fuck? That's okay. It's because my damn mic wasn't working. You're muted. Well, fuck. I'm not muted now though, am I? We're all good now? Good in the hood? Okay, cool. You know what? Let's just take this bad boy off. Let's take it off the leash. Every day I spend my time drinking wine. Da-na-na. There it is. We're going to talk. We're going to move around. We're going to do whatever we got to do to get ahead. I'm good now. I'm so good. Zach, hello. How you doing? We got Liza Leander back in the most amazing way. So what's going on? How's everybody's life going? Let's talk. Let's talk about it. I'm still bald. Still bald. Haven't gotten a hair transplant yet. It's great, you know. It is what it is. I've learned to love it. I've learned to come to love it. We're actually almost reaching 8 years of me. 8 years? 8 years. That's not correct. It's not that long. A whole year of me having a shaved head. Real committed to the bit. Because if you're going to shave your head, you got to commit to it, man. And honestly, let me tell you, if you're somebody whose hair is thinning a little bit, and you're thinking, maybe I should just shave, just do it. Because here's the thing. When you have a thinning hairline, and your hairline starts like here, let me tell you something, man. You're making your forehead look 47 times larger than it needs to look. Because when you shave your head, now it's your whole head. It's not just forehead. When your hairline's here, you look like you could play a drive-in movie on your forehead. Myself included. So, anyway, if you're here, thanks for dropping in. I'm a bit of a comedian. I guess you could call me that. I'm a funny guy. I like to tell stories. I've been sober 3 years. 3.5 almost, I think now. I don't know, who's counting? I don't drink anymore. And I am now 6 days removed from nicotine. I do jujitsu because I love jujitsu, and jujitsu is a great time. Who doesn't love jujitsu? And I think if you are someone who is struggling with finding purpose or whatever that may be, I highly recommend something like jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu has a sense of community like an AA would or something. So if you're somebody who's like struggling with trying to get sober and things like that, and that's maybe why you wanted to talk to me, I would say this is the way to go. This is the way to go. I kind of lost my train of thought there, I'm going to be honest. This is my first time going live. We've got a decent amount of people in here. You know, we got 6. 6 going strong. Zach Ross, my boy. ICAS, my boy. Dancina, my girl. Liza, my girl. All right. What do we want to talk about? Do we have any questions in the comments? Questions for old boy Coop? Because I'm ready to answer them. Live and in color. This is live. Me in my basement. Me in my garage. You know what's better than a garage? Books. Or whatever that guy said. Ty Lopez. I heard he got in some trouble. Ty Lopez did. Maybe because the books weren't enough. The books were not enough. The car in the garage did him a lot better than that ever could. So, anyway, what do we want to talk about? I could talk about some things. I could talk about jiu-jitsu, what I did the other day. So, here's the thing. David versus Goliath. Me and this guy, we walk into the ring together. This gentleman by the name of, let's just call him Colt 45, because his name is, well, you know what? We'll call him by his name. It's Remington. It's named after a particular brand of gun. This Remington fellow is about 6'4", 350 pounds probably. I am not that big. I am 5'7" and about 155, 160. Not a big guy. But he says, "Hey Cooper, let's start this stand." And I say, "Okay, you sure about that? I used to be a high school wrestler. You're gonna awaken that beast." Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. We get in there. He starts pushing into me. What do? I get that inside bicep tie. Inside bicep tie. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I dip below, hit this motherfucker who is twice my size with a fireman's carry, an attitude adjustment, John Cena style, except just like the legit actual move. I did that. Fucking came in. What's going on, dude? What's going on? Inside bicep. Step in, dip. Woo! Threw him over my head. Threw him over my head, my dome. Pink pants, purple shirt, macho man. Way too big. These articles of clothing. Says we should ask a question. Ask a question. What do you mean? Chat filter. We're just figuring it out, guys. We're figuring it out as we go along. Thank you for tuning in on my first ever going live experience on YouTube. Because that's what I do. I go live. I'm a live guy now. And if you're here, because there's 3 of you here, you're watching. I love you. If I could caress your forehead right now and say thank you, I would. That's what I'm about. So it's party all day, party all night, but we'll stay sober because we're good like that. So anyway, what's going on, folks? Hanging out. 'Cause I'm free. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What do we want to talk about? I feel like I've asked that 100 times. This is the difference with live, You see that there's a few people in here. I want to have a discussion. So let's talk even if it's just telling me how your day's going. I love to just have a conversation with someone. What's going on in your life? What has kept me sober for 3 years? Wonderful question. Great question. So here's a little bit of backstory. I used to be a lot bigger. I was about 205, 210. I was a bigger fella, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but it wasn't like healthy. I'm 5'7". I'm not the tallest. That's pretty big for someone of my stature. So anyway, I was a lot bigger, and COVID happened, which made my drinking exponentially worse. And near the tail end of that, I had decided to sort of partake in the devil's dandruff, as they call it, which is a cocaine. And problem with that is I would stay up for like a few days sometimes. And I was on borrowed time. If I kept going that way, it was going to lead to my demise. So I said, well, we have to change something about this. And for 3 years now, I've been sober. And I think it's for me, ultimately too, because one thing I'll say to people, if you're thinking about it, is there's something called a pink cloud, I think is what it is, where there's a certain period where you first stop drinking, where you feel really good. And usually in that period, that's when people are like, well, I'm feeling really good. You know what? Maybe I've cleared my system. Oh, I can go back to drinking. But once you get past that and you start to see the other benefits, like the actual long-standing benefits, that helps me more than anything. The farther you get, the easier it becomes. I know that sounds obvious, but it's like the more time you've put into it, why would you want to regress back to your earlier state? Especially if it's made your life exponentially better, Laura. So if you're someone that struggles with alcohol, reach out to me in the comments. I'm going to check all this stuff out. I'm not sure how like DMs work on YouTube or stuff, but if there's something that I could help you out with, whether that's just a little call or what have you, I'd love to be of assistance, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I want to be the funny guy. I am the funny guy, but also I want to sort of cultivate a community in where we all look out for each other and want to see each other grow, because I think that's beautiful, and I think that would come with a huge sense of purpose to help others, and while simultaneously helping myself. It's a positive feedback loop, which I think is absolutely awesome. So that's what we're about. Nukfer, probably pronouncing that wrong, but hello, nice to see you here. But yeah, Laura, that's my 3 years of being sober, and I feel exponentially better. My jiu-jitsu has improved tenfold. I am a completely different person. I articulate myself better. I am confident in situations that normally would have required alcohol, And that's another misconception about alcohol that people have. Oh, it gives you more confidence. It does not give you more confidence. It does not. It gives you false confidence, and even then, it's not really confidence. What it is a lack of inhibition. So what that means is you don't care about the result. So I don't care if I make a fool of myself doing this or whatever. You don't care. And honestly, here's the good part about that. That's a good thing. You shouldn't care about that shit. But what I encourage you to do, especially if you're just trying to stop drinking, is go into that. So, I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Hello, Cherry. It's Cherry Emma. How you doing? You having a good time? Got any questions for me? Want to tell me about your day? Love to hear it. We're just going live. We're going live, and I'm having a good time with it. It takes the pressure off. Why should you believe a word? I love that. Believe a word of what? Believe a word of what I'm saying? Because I've done it. I'm sober. I've been sober for 3 years. No alcohol. Although I will be honest, the odd time I have puffed on a joint, smoked. But even that is so seldom now that I wouldn't even consider it a part of my life. And I'm slowly but surely working my way through all manners of instant gratification. So what do I mean? Like things like alcohol, things like nicotine, things like pot, things like crappy processed food. But you have to start somewhere. You don't just jump into the deep end and confuse people with, oh, well, you have to eat organic and you have to do. No, start with little things. Build some wins, Stay sober for a week. You don't have to go to 3 years like I do. That takes time, That takes commitment. But try some things out. Hang out with a different community. I find the reason that I love jiu-jitsu, as someone who has been but I like being bad. Well, hell yeah, me too, man. You think I just stopped being bad? No, bro. I still got that dog in me. No. But I think having a community, and this kind of what I'm trying to build here, helps with that process, because now you have a bunch of people that are holding you accountable and things like that. And that's what I have with jiu-jitsu, in that I have a lot of people that care about me, want to see me do well, and that's what I would like to bring here, is a community of people that want to see each other do well, and we can build this together and make something of it. And Lad Pass, you're my boy, You like being bad? Well, you can still be bad, brother. No one's saying you can't. Be a badass, though. badass. Because a badass does whatever he wants. He doesn't need booze to be charismatic. He just is charismatic. He doesn't need booze to talk to chicks because he is just him. He's charismatic. And the more you put yourself in those difficult situations where you might be uncomfortable, the more you're going to accept that you like doing it. And you'll keep going into that state of uncomfortability over and over and over again. And the more that you become comfortable with that, the better off you're going to be. I know I sound like a bit of a motivational speaker now. My whole thing was I wanted to be more of the humble kind, you know? Like, I want to help you, but at the same time, I've been there. I'm real. Lad pass, you know. Why should I believe a word you said? Well, I don't know. But let's be friends and let's talk and let's hang out and get to know each other. But yeah, that's why I stopped drinking. Because if I didn't, I would probably be dead, which that's not ideal. No one wants to die, I don't think, for the most part. And you stay sober, and through that sobriety, you're rewarded with getting your life back. But also, I will talk about the drawbacks. You know, now you have to face everything. You have to face everything head on in your life. There's no fucking about anymore. Any problems that you're having, emotional or otherwise, you're going to have to address those. And that's probably one of the harder parts of quitting alcohol, is all the external circumstances that surround it and why you drink the way that you do. Are you masking something? Are you putting something off? Are you using it as a tool for procrastination, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, I think that'll about wrap it up today. We've been going for about 22 minutes now. That's pretty damn long. But if you're still here, if you watched, I appreciate you coming in. I would love to have, I'm going to start doing this more often. It was great. I'd love more community participation because I love talking to you guys. If there's a way that I can even invite guests on, I'd love to actually have a conversation with someone. Maybe, you know, half the screen's me, half the screen's you, and we can have a great time. So, Laura, I actually didn't know you're still here. I won't leave yet. Because I want to talk to you. How are you doing? Like, are you trying to stop drinking? Is it something you've tried a few times and you're struggling with it? Because I'd love to be supportive for you in that regard. So, before I head out, is there anything else that you want from me that I could help to guide you? Because that's the other thing that I want to talk about with this group. I don't think I'm this beacon of positivity and hope and everything. I think I'm a pretty regular guy, and I'm just like a lot of you. I have struggles of my own, and I want to create a community that involves us just all supporting each other, and with whatever that is. And sobriety is one of those things. I feel like that's a strong staple to have. So, yeah. Laura, reach out to me. I hope to see you on the next one. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for dropping in. And you take care. Thank you. And you stay classy. Love you. Take care.